What up, dudes? I'm Ninja, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over the Ikelos submachine gun. So this is not necessarily a new weapon, but is a returning weapon in this current season of arrivals. And yeah, it's amazing. That's pretty much how I feel about this weapon. It's not a surprise. This was one of my favorite weapons in year one when this game was not in the greatest of places, but yeah, it was a fan favorite, really good in PvE and PvP. I have not had the chance to use it in PvP, but I feel like it won't be that great because submachine guns just don't have a place currently in PvP. They don't have enough range to compete with things like AR pulse rifles, hand cannons, and then where they do have range, they get destroyed by shotguns. So, again, I don't think this is really a PvP weapon. This is mostly a PvE weapon. But, yeah, again, very surprising that this weapon is as good as it is for me personally, because it is not the correct RPM. Normally, you're looking for 900 RPM. Submachine guns, obviously, like Recluse and Bug Out Bag and many others. I like the Death Adder, but in my previous video, I talked about how the Death Adder is disappointing, not very good, and I still stand with that. I don't think it's a great weapon. I don't think it's the Recluse replacement, but I do think that the Ikelos submachine gun possibly is. I talk about this on stream all the time. I still am a firm believer that we won't really be using any of these weapons from this season. I think that September will release a ton of new amazing weapons that we will be using. But for now, it's not a bad idea to look for replacements for like the immediate drop of the release of the content, you know, to have stuff to use that can go up in level. And I do think that the Ikelos submachine gun is it. Alright, now to show this bad boy in action. This is one of my all-time favorite lost sectors, which is kind of funny because it's on a planet that most people hate. It also has a funny story behind it, for those of you that maybe don't watch my Twitch streams or maybe are newer. I once spent an entire week in this lost sector every single day for 10 to 17 hours. You may be thinking, why the hell would you do that? Well, a little bit after, I think it was like a month or two after the release of Forsaken, Rockstar, the energy drink company, held a contest, tournament, if you will. In Destiny, they had 3 different contests that eventually ended up being linked, but there was one for Crucible, one for Strikes, and one for Gambit. Well, at the time, I would have done the Crucible one, but unfortunately, PC had a big disadvantage because of the amount of players that played PC was a lot lower than like PlayStation, so queue times were really slow. And skill-based matchmaking obviously slows down your queue times as well. But like I said, there was a Strike one and a Gambit one, and I don't really like Gambit. And a friend of mine was planning on doing the Gambit one, so I didn't want to compete with him. I wanted to just chill and find my own. So I ended up doing the Strike one, and then you may be thinking, well, what does Strikes have to do with lost sectors? Well, the way that the tournament was situated for points, it was just getting kills and strikes. So the smartest way to do it, and specifically getting crit kills, so the smartest way to do it was to literally just load up a strike and just headshot enemies in a lost sector. And this ended up being one of the best. So anyways, so yeah, that's why I was in this for 7 straight days. Fortunately, I did not win. I got like 5th or something, or 4th, I don't remember. But it was a lot of fun, and it's not the only time I've spent a week inside a lost sector. I also did it with a Dreamy City lost sector for BBs, another tournament contest type thing. That's another story. But anyways, as you can see, this thing is very strong. I was talking during that entire gameplay, but I mean, look at this thing go, dude. It is strong. It feels great. I'm very excited to have this weapon back. Now, like I said before, I'm more excited for new weapons, like in September, so don't know if I'll be using this much once we get a bunch of new stuff. But for now, This is my go-to in PvE. I've been using it a lot. Like I said, it just feels great, man. I don't know why I ever thought it wouldn't feel great. I talked about it, I think, in the last video where I said, like, we still didn't have this gun yet. It came out last week. And in my last video I said we didn't have it yet, but it looked like it wasn't going to be good because it didn't have good perks. And that is still true. It does not have great perks, but this gun, and I think I said this gun for some reason just ignores needing good perks. It just is a powerful weapon. It's unique. Something about this thing is just nuts. So now let's go ahead and talk about the role that you're looking for. So real quick, my role, if I can remember, because I am doing this live if you weren't aware, is full bore, tac mag, threat detector, and demolitionist with a reload masterwork. I believe that is my role. I'll check in a second after I kill all these things. But, so it's actually, this was one of my very first roles, and it is actually possibly, it's very close to a god role, if you will. Again, the perks are not the greatest in the world, but let me discuss why this thing is good after I open this chest and look at the roll. Okay, so, full bore, tac mag, reload masterwork, threat detector, demolitionist. I think that's what I said. So anyways, so the reason why this is very good is because let's just talk about the first perk. There are no reload perks. There's no feeding frenzy, outlaw, rapid hit. Threat detector is a reload perk. It's not the greatest reload perk, but luckily submachine guns don't have a lot of range. So when you're fighting with a submachine gun, you're fighting relatively close. So you're going to proc threat detector a lot. So in my opinion, threat detector is an absolute must. Same with masterwork. Masterworks don't make like the biggest impact in the world. It's most of the reason why you just want to go for range, because range overall has the biggest impact. But this is the first time that I will ever suggest a reload masterwork. It is probably the first and last time I will ever talk about this. I think a reload masterwork is really good. Is the best one for this. Second perk, I have demolitionist. I don't think this is a bad perk. I think this is actually a pretty dope perk, especially now that we have, you know, like oppressive darkness and grenades are pretty powerful. So I personally think this is what I'm just gonna stick with, but the go-to perk in this slot, I would assume, or what I would recommend, is probably surrounded. It is a damage buffing perk, and again, it really fits with threat detector because you're going to be surrounded, but you're gonna be fighting enemies relatively close to you, so you're gonna proc it a lot. But if you don't get surrounded, demolitionist is very, very good. Now, these two are pretty important. Full bore is always number one, just because just crazy amounts of range. Especially on PC where, you know, controlling recoil is something that is very easy to do. Like in terms of, you know, once you master it, it's not too hard to do. Now on console, full bore maybe not, because you're gonna lose a lot of stability, and I think stability is a little bit more important on console. I've never gone after stability, even when I played console back in Destiny 1 in the beginning of this game. I still think you can get away with having basically no stability, but again, it's a preference thing. As you can see, small bore, not snore, whatever the hell I just said, is also very good. As you can see, like, you barely lose any range, but you have way more stability, so maybe that's the second option. And then in this slot, tac mag is probably, again, the second best perk. The first perk would be seraph rounds. Seraph rounds are basically ricochet rounds, but better. And I think they only come on, you know, Ikelos weapons. So yeah, that's what I would recommend for the god roll. And again, like, this weapon's very easy to get. I guess I haven't really talked about how you obtain it. There are planetary bounties now on Io. Is it Io? Is it all the planets they're leaving? Is it Io, Mercury, Mars, and Titan? I think so. Holy crap, I'm the worst. Sorry. I think those are where you get them. When those unlocked, they unlocked a new engram that allows you to get the submachine gun, the sniper, and then a slug shotgun and a grenade launcher. Now the slug shotgun and the grenade launcher are basically useless. But the sub, like I said, this is probably the best sub besides Recluse, but Recluse is leaving in the game. And then the sniper, which is another gun that I want to do a video on, but real quick, I'll give you a tease. It's very good. You want it, trust me. But I will release a video on that probably tomorrow. Same style video, just a review with the perks that you want. But yeah, I think I've pretty much gone over everything. Yeah. Anyways, overall recommendations, get this weapon. It is amazing. And at the end of the day, if you don't get the god roll, it doesn't really matter because this thing is just powerful. Just try to get some things to help you with reload, because there's nothing worse than having a slow reload. And then, I mean, the worst case scenario, you can just rock some solar arms, and you can use an enhanced solar reloader. But in my opinion, it's a waste because it's more important to have a reloader for something like a grenade launcher or something. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed, make sure you remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Also, follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/ninji with 1Y. I stream every single day, and we have a lot of fun, and I would love to see you there. Anyways, thank you again. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.